name's Emily, and I'm a professional baker. Me and my mom are going to teach you how to make cupcakes.
Okay, this is a big icing bag. In this case, the brand name is Cupcake, both with K's. And this basically holds, this piping bag holds a whole recipe, typically to frost 24 cupcakes. And what I do is, it comes just like this, and I want to fold mine over. I always fold mine over, as is. And then I choose one of my tips. I have a round tip. You can tell I just love, these are the two tips that I use the most. The Ateco 807, and this is Bakery Crafts 6ST. And this is my favorite that I typically use all the time. However, if I'm trying to put sprinkles or chocolate chips or something of that sort, I use the kind of the ridged edges. Again, this is something you guys can just try a couple of and see which one you like. So let's go ahead and we'll just use the round tip. So I just clipped off the end, enough to keep it on the thing, to keep it in place. I don't need a coupler, which is the plastic thing that holds on, again, just because of the sheer size of this tip. The smaller ones, you'll actually want to, the smaller tips you have, you use a little plastic ring that'll hold it in place. This is a cream cheese frosting, which is actually very soft. It's one of the softer type icings. Notice how I just kind of twisted it around on myself, and I only want to make it 3/4 of the way full or less so that it's not running out the top, and that was one of the first things I learned. And then I always take my hand like this, and I just kind of squeeze. And I go around, and I like to build up. When I'm done, I'm going to stop squeezing and lift up. Notice again, this is a very, very soft type of frosting. This is a cream cheese frosting. Cream cheese or mascarpone cream cheese that we used on the red velvet cupcakes. That's exactly what you want to use. I'm very generous with how much frosting I put on my cupcakes. And so I typically almost double almost all of my recipes of frosting. Okay. And now I have the buttercream frosting with the more of the star tip. And the reason why I really like this tip is if I'm ever wanting to, it makes ridges, and if I'm ever wanting to use sprinkles or chocolate chips or anything of that sort, I want to make sure I use this tip. I know I used this tip last on the Samoa cupcakes. And so again, I'm just kind of squeezing softly. You just kind of get used to it, let go of squeezing, and I lift up. Let go. And they're really pretty cupcakes. They're kind of in some ways a little fancier than the others, but again, because of the ridges, they're so much easier to catch if you're wanting to do sprinkles. I used this on the espresso, mocha espresso cupcakes. Also use this on the red velvet cupcakes. That's such a pretty cupcake. That'd be great for Valentine's Day. Again, you can always go to the 52 cupcake page and see all kinds of them. And it's just that easy. There's really nothing to it, and your kitchen always looks good, and you never get a mess to yourself. It's just that easy.